Welcome, everyone. If everything is working as it should be, this is Hunter Badblood, episode 4. And glad to be here with all of you fabulous folk. We were going to play last week, and I totally was sick, and so therefore we're here this week catching up. Thanks, Stacy, for the puppetry redemption. I am adding that to the pile to give Libby after the game, or if she comes upstairs during the game. Good to see everyone. Let's do a quick introduction of everyone, starting with Ed. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight?
Hey, my name is Ed. I stream occasionally on Twitch as Neuromaster, and this evening I will be playing Billy Gray.
Perfect. Who'd you like to popcorn it over to?
Jason.
All right. I'm Jason, aka Glass Jaws here on Twitch. I stream on my channel on occasion. Tonight I'll be playing Peter, the paranoid explosives expert.
Nice. Who do you want to send it over to?
And I will send it over to, let's go with Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. Happy to be here. And I'll be playing Amelia. And then I'm going to pass it over to, has Ryan gone yet? Have you gone yet? Cool.
Oh, hi. I'm Ryan, and I just play games here. I'm playing Diego, also known as D, tonight. Carly, go for it.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Carly. I play here. I play on a channel called Hit Points Not Required, and I make dice, and I don't know, I do stuff. So it's great. And tonight I will be playing Mari Griff. And let's pop that over to Sid.
Hello, I'm Sid, and I am everywhere. Can be found on the interwebs at _Sundance Sid, or, here on this channel for the most part. And tonight I'll be playing Raymond Shepard, soon to be whisked away to a government black site, probably.
Never to be seen again.
We'll see.
Except for, in like displays where they have you like vivisected. I mean, spoilers? I guess we'll see. And I'm Jeremy. This is the channel you can find me on most of the time. And I run things here and play games. And I have been sick. And so I'm going to do my best tonight as far as trying to talk in a way that you can all understand me and not like through my sinuses or whatever. With that being said, ideally I will not cough in anyone's ears. If I do, I apologize ahead of time. With that being said, a quick recap. Apparently, Sid, you've got magic powers, or at least Ray does, that destroy vampires when they try and feed on you. This was news to you. You had no idea. You were just a bartender at some I don't call it a hole in the wall. The Red Room isn't a bad place, but it was, kind of just a little joint down in Santa Cruz. I almost said Santa Carla because Lost Boys. That's right. So during a vampire attack, during which Peter and Mari and Billy were swooping in to save the day. However, they didn't have to do much, as once the vampire fed on you, it kind of started disintegrating before everyone's eyes. However, you passed out, overcome by this strange event, and you woke up you vaguely remember seeing this blonde woman. You gave her a Michelob during the night. She was asking you questions, and you woke up in her extra bedroom, hooked up to an IV, kind of an awkward situation. She said you passed out. She brought you back here to make sure you were safe rather than taking you to a hospital because reasons. And being slightly weirded out by that, you went to leave, passing by Billy, who was sitting in the living room reading a romance novel, his Glock firmly hidden in his fanny pack. Heading home, you managed to grab an Uber, went home, and were immediately accosted, or not violently, but you were like immediately set upon by Diego and Amelia, who were waiting for you, and they just happened to know what had happened to you the night before. While the others had been left behind, these people seemed to have found you somehow. And so taking you to a diner, actually, they followed you to the diner, if I remember correctly. They came in and had lunch with you, had a discussion, showed you video of the event happening, and clarifying a bit of your memory for you. Meanwhile, Peter and Billy and Mari, you are regrouping, having come together to figure out what is going on with this bartender that you found that appears to be magic. You're sitting in an IHOP at this point, but we'll get back to you in just a moment, because in the diner where Ray and Amelia and Diego are sitting, Ray, you've recently been shown this footage. Somebody attacked you, but that wasn't the weird part. The weird part is once they attacked you, they kind of stumbled back and began disintegrating until they were just a charred pile of kind of ashen goo. Realizing that you're in over your head, you had at least half-heartedly agreed that you would probably have to go along with what it is that Amelia was asking of you, but that hasn't really been clarified yet. So why don't we bring this conversation to its end? What does that sound like? What's Ray's response?
Response to being, asked to be taken away.
Yeah, essentially Amelia said, we need you, but didn't really clarify beyond that.
Yo, you guys aren't gonna stop until you either, till you get me, where you want me, are you? Yeah.
Can you repeat that? Because I could not hear you on my end for a moment.
I just said you guys aren't gonna stop or till you get me where you want me, or someone else does, right?
And that's correct.
And that someone else is what you should really be worried about.
Yeah.
So Ray just sits back, crosses his arms, and just looks at both of you guys, just in the eyes. You know what? There's gonna be a hassle either way, and I point to Taylor, to Amelia. I kind of like you. You, not as much right now. Maybe later. I'm not sure, but sure, I guess. Whatever. It's gonna be. It's gonna be annoying either way. So we're gonna finish our pancakes, and then we're gonna go wherever, I guess.
That sounds like a plan to me. And Amelia would pay for everyone's breakfast with the company's card, obviously.
Okay. So, Amelia, tell me what your plan is. You're the head of this operation.
Yeah. So Amelia right now is like scrolling on her phone, and she's looking at like a bigger database of where maybe other vampires might be at, to take Ray to lure them out, to see if this is how it's gonna see if this ability is actually where she wants to see with her own two eyes.
Okay.
But she also knows that it's be a bad idea if it's just herself and D going alone. So she's like, she wants to recruit another crew, but she doesn't want to take her own resources. So she was like, remember about Peter. And Peter should be around if he wanted to be involved in this whole weapon making. So why not get their own crew involved in this?
Okay. I'm going to have you do a roll, but before I'm just going to say, Sid, don't forget to mute because I was going to tell you that, but your headphones were off. Why don't you do a intelligence and I feel like technology.
Perfect. Does this role involve anything that deals with hacking? Because that's just my specialty. Just wanted to ask.
I feel like it could. If it's not something that your organization, Onryo, has already, you might be like looking for other things that like maybe other groups of hunters in the area might have like put out onto different forums and stuff like that. So sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Diego's going to be scanning the diner. It's pretty busy, because it's, what was it, like Saturday at
Yeah, it was like Saturday.
brunch time.
Yeah.
And just really trying to notice to see if anyone's giving our table extra attention.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a.
I have 5 successes and 1 exclamation point.
So many exclamation points. So wits and awareness for D, and Amelia, you go through and there are several like recorded sightings and interactions with vampires in a several mile radius. Many of them are older, but you easily hone in on one that's actually, it's on the eastern side of the city in an abandoned bowling alley. It is called I apologize, Hollywood Star Lanes.
Yes.
I got 3 successes.
Excellent. Okay, with those 3 successes, you look around, you don't see anyone that's paying you any maybe extra attention or anything that seems untoward, although you did notice, you've kind of been eyeing the waitress as she's, when Ray showed up alone and then you and Amelia joined and haven't really... It was kind of a weird tension there, and you definitely noticed that she was keeping an eye on that. But as the situation has kind of de-escalated, her demeanor has calmed down, and you got the feeling that she might like be ready to call the cops or something like that, and that has kind of gone away now that the situation's better. All right, so with that information and you wanting to seek out Peter, Mari, and Billy to be your meat shields, let's just call it what it is, Amelia, rather than sending your own people in. And you start to access local CCTV and stuff like that, as far as security cameras, traffic cams, stuff like that, running facial recognition, trying to see where they might have gone. And you get a ping. And so as the 3 of you finish up your lunch and head out, we're going to head to the IHOP that isn't far from where you are, but it'll take you a few minutes to get there. There's a conversation going on at a table. A fellow with a very long white beard sits in a wheelchair kind of up against one side of the table, while a blonde woman and a guy... Billy, is your hair blonde or did you dye it that way?
Blonde.
Blonde. Okay, so a blonde woman and a blonde guy are sitting, maybe looking a little put out. I can't say that for sure. You all tell me how you feel about the situation of losing Ray as the three of you are conversing. What does that sound like?
Well, we didn't lose him. We let him go. We're not kidnappers.
That's pseudo true.
What do you mean pseudo true?
Once her conscious, she's no longer a kidnapper.
First of all, I didn't kidnap him. I made him better and then let him go.
I mean, that's one way to see it.
You were never held in a place against your will.
True. You didn't have will to say you didn't want to be there to start with. So until you woke up, and they didn't stop you. So Peter and Billy and Mari, what does your conversation sound like? What's going on in the IHOP?
So, how close are we to folks? Is it pretty busy in here? Or?
It is kind of midday. It's Saturday. I feel like there is a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity thing going on. That's IHOP, right? And so there's like a lot of kids running around. People have brought their kids to have brunch. So yeah, it's fairly busy, but you can kind of use the noise to speak a little more plainly.
Okay. So, reason I called you guys here in public is there's some group has come in. They happened to see last night and what happened with the bartender.
Yeah, I'm still not really sure what happened with the bartender. You know, you just said he was important.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly what's up with him yet. Something killed that creature. He'll say a little bit quietly.
Well,
Whether
I mean,
it
I
was-
kill them all the time.
Yeah, but nothing happened to the one that we were fighting other than it bit him. So if they die when they bite him, that's a little interesting.
Yeah, but not great for him because, you know, he went unconscious.
Well, sure.
And, you know, and his pulse was like really low. I honestly wasn't sure he was going to wake up. I just was like, I'm going to give him some fluids and hope it helps. And if he doesn't wake up, I'll take him to the hospital. But he woke up. So, I mean, but yeah, I'm not sure that that's an experience he'd want to repeat.
Well, I'm not saying that that he should be thrown to every vampire to have him bit, but you could see how folks would be interested in this. And I thought I had the only video of this, but it seems like there's some organization with power and money has come in. They hacked the security at the gas station, surrounded it. So they got some people with some skills.
Oh.
So, with love, so what? Where are you going with this?
Well, it'd be nice if we could find this Billy guy and see if, what's up.
Billy? That's right there.
Oh,
he's right there.
Sorry, I
That's
misspoke.
Billy.
Yeah. Sorry, this Raymond guy. I hadn't had a lot of sleep. They knocked on the door pretty early.
Oh. Yeah, well, he got up and he left. I think he said he was going home, so.
Okay. I'll pull out his ID. We want to go find him?
You took his ID?
Well, yeah.
Doesn't he need that? Like, that's like
Well,
Why would you steal someone's ID? You could just take a picture.
No. At the time, we were in a hurry. I didn't have time to stick around after the vampires.
You have, like, technology upon technology. It takes, like, half a second to take a photo. You had to take his ID?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Anyway, we can find his place. I don't know if he's going to believe us. We're going to have to get rid of the video from the bar if there is any.
Yeah,
Last
well,
time
he
I
didn't seem to remember much. So, you know.
last time I saw him, he was not in a talking mood. What makes you think that he's going to want to answer your questions, even if he's able to?
One, I don't think we can even approach him right now. I think we need to watch him. Like if the people who cover up stuff got video of this from the bar, they're going to want him dead. If the people who are after him get him, he's going to vanish into some lab somewhere.
So you thinking just sort of Overwatch, not trying to go pick him up, but just looking for the people that do?
Yeah, I think at least right now. At least, if what you're saying where he's, one, he didn't remember. Two, you're saying he's not wanting to talk. If he sees people coming after him, we may be his only help.
Yeah. We'll just have to be, well, me and Billy are going to have to be very undercover. He was not particularly happy with us, even though I didn't remember anything. He just felt a little weird about, waking up in a place he doesn't know. So he's not like we're not his favorite people.
Well, I think if he sees what happened to his friend on this video.
Oh, you're going to tell him? I thought we were just watching.
Well, I mean, if it comes to it where we're going to talk to him,
Okay.
eventually he's going to have to find out the truth, because if the others know, he ain't going to have a good life.
I mean, I'm all for telling him the truth. I honestly probably would have told him the truth if I thought he'd believe me, but he didn't really remember anything, and talking about vampires and stuff without, like, proof is just, like, one-way ticket to Crazy Town. So, yeah, I mean, he should probably know what's happening so that he could just, make his own choices.
Yeah. Well, either way, if others have the video, we don't know how long it's going to take till it gets out. If the vampires find out about it, he's dead. If we can't get him before these other ones do, he's probably going to be in a lab for them to figure out how he does what he does.
It's true, because,
If he did that. I don't even know if that was him. Like, the creature may have been dying from something else, and that just was coincidence.
It's true. I was just gonna say that. I mean, even if they can't bite him, they can tear him apart.
Well, yeah. But let's assume somehow, like, his blood or whatever kills him. Like, if we could weaponize that.
Well, now you're talking like we wanna do some experiments.
Well, I'm just saying, stating the obvious here. Like, if he's willing to work with us and we can experiment with this.
Look, there's a difference between willing to work with someone towards a common goal and just being something to be poked and prod and drained of.
I didn't say we're going to kidnap him and kill him or anything.
Have you looked where you live?
Yeah. It's a good place.
Also very kidnappy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Also, you have, like, a very, very unhealthy uh unhealthy obsession with explosions and and who knows what you're cooking up in that crazy mind of yours.
I got all kinds of stuff cooking in my mind all the time.
I know. It
My
worries
mind
me.
is the only thing that keeps me alive.
Billy, about this time, you look over, and there's this short, red-haired girl, maybe 6, maybe 5, who's standing like just a few feet from your table, kind of watching the conversation. She's eating a green crayon as she slowly like takes in, obviously with enormous depth, the subject matter of which you're speaking of.
Hey, I find this above table very amusing because my friend and I were discussing our D&D campaign in public, and literally we started talking about killing people, and a person came over and asked us what we were talking about. They
Right?
had been like listening to us talk for like
Do
an
I
hour
need to
and a
call the
half.
police? Excuse me.
Literally, that's what they're like. What kind of people are you?
Just smile, go back to drinking your coffee, but make sure you hold your pinky out. Outside, a well air-conditioned SUV pulls up. Its windows tinted darkly. Amelia, you can see this IHOP that you got footage from of Peter entering the building. You look around, you definitely see Peter's van. How do you want to approach this?
So Amelia will talk to D and be like, I was like, I know they're in here. I was like, they might feel awkward if all of us are in there. So I can go in there and just talk to them. And it's like, I already know one person in there, and that's Peter. And we already like in some sort of agreement of understanding what's going on. So I probably might just go in alone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And if it takes more than 10 minutes, then you can come on in. That means everything kind of went bad.
And quick
Yes,
question.
ma'am. I'll be on the radio as well.
Cool.
Quick question. Did Ray go with you all, or did Ray head home for now? Like, I get the feeling this wasn't a we're taking you with us, whether you want to or not, kind of situation. But did you want to like keep an eye on him?
I prefer that,
Okay.
but I don't get to choose.
Okay.
I was like, whoever Ray wants, like, Amelia probably be like, you should just stay in the car with us because other people are looking for you.
Ray, you good with going with them?
After the whole conversation they had last time.
I don't want to, but they're gonna continue knocking on the door, and it's just gonna be a hassle to live life. And then I'm gonna just have to be on the run like Jason Bourne. I don't really want to do that, but if you tell me I can't go home, you're gonna have to look for me. I'm gonna just be honest with it. Just absentmindedly, I'm gonna go about life. So I'm gonna just stay, just to make it easier, because I don't, want you looking for me, because I might be doing something important when you do find me, and I don't want to explain to wherever I'm at that I have to go with these weird people in this, obviously government issued vehicle.
Nice. All right, so on the way over, it's really relaxing, very cush, very comfortable seating. There's actually,
I'm in the back seat, kicked up.
yeah, there's
just
actually like
chilling out.
snacks. There's like
There's water.
right. There's actually
Yeah.
like booze and everything. It's almost like a high end Uber SUV.
Definitely treating
Uber
it
XL.
as such.
Right.
Yeah, I'm treating it as such. Feet up. I'm just laid out in the back seat, just crunching on pistachios.
Okay. All right, so Amelia, as you step out, the minute your shoes hit the pavement, already like sweat is beading on your forehead. It is so hot out. You quickly make your way across the parking lot. Inside, there is that diner smell just kind of hits you as you step in. It is cooler in here, but it's not really comfortable, not like the car was. You look around and they're hard to miss. Peter just really stands out with that beard. And it looks like they're in deep conversation. There's some kind of gesticulating going on, and nearby you see a short red-haired girl that's eating a green crayon as Billy is kind of staring at her. What do you do?
So Amelia will walk up to the table and it says, this is your crew? Stalking children? Staring hard?
I think the child's stalking us. Have a seat, Amelia.
I was like, she'll join the rest of them in the booth.
Okay. They're
Ignoring this interaction, Mari turns to the child and is like, "You should try the red one. It tastes like cherry."
her eyes get real bright, and she runs off to find a red crayon.
So it's like Amelia just looks at the rest of them and says, "So, what kind of conversation we're having here?"
Who are you?
It's like, I'm Amelia, old friend of Peter's.
Hi, I'm Mari. You know, it's proper to introduce before interjection.
Yeah. I was like, proper's not my thing, but hi.
Well, you know, manners are important.
It's like, probably to you.
Probably to everyone, but, you know.
Well, I guess I'm not everyone.
That's for sure.
What do you want, Amelia?
I have Ray.
Remember I was saying there was an organization? She works for them.
So you kidnapped him after
Thanks.
I let him go?
We didn't kidnap. He's chilling in our SUV, water, snacks, having the time of their life
Good.
right now.
I don't believe that, but it's good to know that he came willingly.
Yeah. I was like, well, you can look at the SUV. And there's no screaming. I think that's pretty clear indication. No one's kidnapped.
I feel like this is an opportunity, Amelia. You could actually, like, on your phone, you bring up like the dash cam that's in there, and Ray's just like mowing down on this like trail mix that's like pistachios and dried cherries, and
I'm asleep.
oh, has he passed
I was
out
like,
now?
like just some like pistachios on the mouth.
Right.
I said,
Very much asleep.
looks like he's taking a nap. He had a long day. And
He did. I wasn't sure he was going to wake up, to be honest.
I'm glad Ray's all right, but you didn't really answer my question.
What was the question?
What do you want?
Oh, I need y'all's help because y'all want Ray, right?
Well, no, I mean, I want Ray to be informed and to make his own decisions like any person should.
Peter, where you want?
You know what I want.
Yeah, go
Don't
ahead.
talk to Peter. Peter's crazy.
Oh, well, yeah. I sure know all about that.
Amelia used to run with me back in the day.
Oh, why don't you run with him anymore? Because he's crazy?
Some past disagreements happen. I was like, I don't know. Peter killed half of our team.
Oh.
Well, that is a point of disagreement between us. They
Okay.
called for it. I blew it.
They didn't. It's all in the past.
Right, of course. And
What
your
are you
company?
offering?
I just want research. I'm about to take Ray to the Boyle Alley to see this ability work in person. And me and
Well, you're just gonna stick him in a bunch of Funko vampires? That's like the worst idea ever.
You got a better one?
Well,
Yeah.
Mari
Don't.
took a look at him last night. He nearly died from that one.
Nearly died. Well,
Yeah.
luckily we'll all be there on point. It'll be a controlled environment.
Oh,
We'll
no,
be
you're,
fine.
you're,
Yeah,
you're
because any
misunderstanding.
encounter with a vampire is a controlled environment. Who are you?
Well, I'm Amelia. We kind of went through the whole introduction, but it's whatever. But yeah, it was like I've done this before plenty of times, and it's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the hunt. I'm talking about
Mhm.
whether he's recovered enough.
Oh yeah, he's recovered enough.
Oh, yeah, you have medical experience?
I mean, my organization does, so yeah.
And he got treated by your organization in the past 2 to 3 hours?
Yeah.
Insight check. Or the equivalent.
The equivalent of sorry. What do we all need to roll?
That is a good question. It is wits and insight. Yep. Versus manipulation and where is deception or
And-
lying? Doobie doobie doo. Subterfuge.
Cool. You said what's the substitute for me?
So for you, it's going to be manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay, manipulation. Oh, that's nice. Nice. That is.
Carly, what you get?
7.
I got 4 successes.
Okay.
That is. How many is 2 crits?
3.
3.
3.
Two crits or 1 crit?
2 crits.
So wouldn't it be 4?
2 tens becomes 3 successes.
No, 2 10s become 3. 1 10 is still just 1.
Right.
Did you get 3 tens?
Yes.
So that'd be 4.
4 and then 2.
Wait, you got 3 10s or 2 10s?
3
Oh,
times.
okay.
I was like, I got 3 big flames.
Nice.
I'm using the hunters. That's just
Nice.
And then I got 3 smaller flames.
Okay. Mari, you aren't sure whether or not this woman is like pulling your leg or not. She seems legit, like at least she believes what she's saying.
The timing doesn't feel right to me, but you know.
I mean, unless
Just an illusion.
unless you're like expecting them to like full body MRI that like Ray, just doing a health check definitely could have been done by now. But it could still give you a sense of but she believes what she's saying.
So if I asked him, he would say the same.
I mean, he can. I mean, well, he's asleep right now, but yeah.
So what are you suggesting?
That we will all go see if this ability is true or not, or was it a fluke? Ray agreed to come with us willingly with this, so
Yeah, you told him that you were going to put him up as bait and that you want him to get bitten by a vampire.
yeah.
And where are you suggesting we do this?
At the bowling alley. It's an abandoned bowling alley. There's like a level 1 vampire in there. Very controlled. It's gonna be very fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all not check out the hunters forums or anything for any of that?
Oh no, I just don't trust a single word that's coming out of your mouth. So
Well, that's-
you know.
We don't have the same access that you do.
I was like, I trust you guys to come in here. Don't know why there's a 180 on me.
No. I'd still, before we do anything, I'd want to check this place out to make sure it's only one.
Yeah, because just wanting to put a person who just found out about vampires in front of a vampire and ask them to get bitten sounds just perfectly reasonable to any reasonable person.
Yeah. How else are you gonna do research?
I don't think you need to. Especially not right after he just got bitten and almost didn't wake up.
I mean, you guys are gonna do the same thing to him, anyways.
No.
Oh, tell them,
am
Peter.
not.
Tell them.
Yeah, we're gonna
Well,
find
I guess
out
I should
if
rephrase
his
this.
ability
I
works.
wouldn't let Peter.
Yeah, how you gonna find out his ability works? I
Why
thought
do we have
in your
to find out if it works or not?
in your own words, Peter, you said like we're both gonna use him as a weapon.
Mario,
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, but
No.
I feel like we got to trust Ray to look out for himself. And Amelia's describing a hunt, and that's what we're here for.
Oh, I'm fine with
I'm
the
not.
hunt.
I'm not here
I'm
for a bunch of backbiting high school bullshit between different hunter groups. I think that we need to take this seriously.
I'm fine for a hunt. I'm not fine offering up a person as bait.
Well, let's let Ray make that decision. If he doesn't like it, then he'll tell us about it. But I don't think you're in a good position to speak on his behalf.
No, I'm speaking on my behalf.
Then you don't have to come.
I mean, literally, if he has the ability to kill vampires, how many people can we save with it if we find out it works? Now, I'm not saying we're just going to throw him in a room with a vampire and hope it goes well.
Oh yeah. Again, control environment.
I mean, even that, like I said, we got to be smart about this. Like, if a vial of his blood can be replicated to kill vampires,
Yeah.
can you imagine how many people we could save with it?
Imagine all the bullets. We can put it on knives. It's gonna change the way hunters ruled these times.
If it's even him, we don't even know that's true yet. Speaking of which, did your people even go to the bar and get rid of any of the footage or anything?
Oh, we did. We get all the footage is gone.
Well, not all of it, but at least the bar footage is gone.
Mhm.
I'm gonna slowly pull out of the parking spot and drive to keep Raymond asleep because sitting in one spot too long might
It's a
wake
slow
up.
rock.
He's like a toddler.
Just
Right.
like rocking him to sleep.
I'm not saying that I'm staying asleep because that worked, but for the moment, I'm still asleep.
Because that worked.
Hey. Yeah.
It works. It works.
I mean, Mari, I mean, if we don't go along with it, they're going to do it anyway without us.
I'm just saying, I'd like to talk to Ray, and I don't like the idea of a person that literally just found out about vampires, who's never, except for this one time where they got bit and went unconscious, encountered vampires, and putting them in a situation where they have to fight or interact or, I don't know, just stand there and get bitten by vampires. How is that helping anybody?
It's not helping anybody this time. We're finding out whether his ability works or not, or if it's even his.
And like we all talked to him about vampires, and he's pretty chill with it if he's in the car with us.
Yeah.
That's surprising to me because every time I've seen someone find out about vampires, they freak the fuck out.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusions and stuff, but I think he just, I was like, I don't give a fuck kind of guy.
He has seen other stuff.
It was like, we just bought him breakfast, and that kind of sold him.
He's a cheap
I'm sure
shade.
that's exactly the reason that he got in your car.
Hey, it's never
Enough
by
about what
force.
if. Let's just go talk to the man.
I think they just left.
You actually see, you look out the window, Amelia, and yeah, the SUV is gone, but you kind of start looking around and you see it just like circling the block slowly.
No. Just
I'm all-
him.
I'm going to use this as another opportunity to ensure that we aren't being tailed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that wits awareness check for me.
4 successes.
4 successes. There is a car that follows you for a bit. You start to get a little worried about it, but then you realize like they end up turning off and that they just happen to be going the direction you were going. Doesn't look like anyone's aware of your presence in the way that you were concerned about.
Mari does have a point, though, about whether he'll survive this. I think he needs a few days of rest before we even attempt this. We've never seen... I've never heard of someone getting bit by a vampire, drained, and then the vampire dying. We don't know if he'll die from the second bite, if his body needs to recover.
And that's the thing. We don't know.
Yeah, but
And,
we shouldn't risk it with the first attempt.
hey, we got him now. It's best to do it now. And that's my opinion. And then you guys, and Amelia will start getting up. You guys don't have to come. But this is the address we're going to be at. And we're still going to do our thing.
When?
Right now. We're heading there now.
Yeah, and how informed is he? He came with you. Does he know what you want to do to him?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, let's go ask him.
I
Billy
would
gets
love
up.
to, but the car's not there.
Like, it's going around the block. I'm like, we're going there. Or you guys can come to the alley and talk to them, to either. There's a plenty of opportunities y'all get to talk to Ray.
Well, we're going to need some time because I don't got my gear on me.
All right. It's like, how much time y'all need?
Few hours.
All right. We'll hang out with Ray by the alley.
I don't need anything to get ready.
Well, I don't want to go in this alley blind, or this bowling alley
Oh,
blind.
that's fair. I just meant maybe one of us should go with them and talk to Ray, and like Billy has been saying, and figure out what he knows and if he's agreed to this.
Yeah, I was planning to go with Amelia.
All right. Well, both of you go, and I'll catch up to you.
All right, give me a ring if you need anything.
All right.
All right. So you guys hopping in our car? You got your own car?
I'm
Why
assuming
don't
I'm
you go
dead.
with them, Billy? I'll take my car.
Sounds good. Let's head out. And then, like, Amelia will just text D, being like, hey, one of the crew members is riding with us, one of them is going to be following us, and one person will be coming up later.
He'll pull up and call back to Ray. We have another visitor coming in, and Amelia's coming back.
Yeah, great. Hey, you're really just a bit, just a touch too paranoid, man. I mean, come on.
Just doing my job, man. Just doing my job.
I get it, but you gotta relax a little bit. Circling the block. Anyway.
You haven't seen me after 5. You have not seen me after 5. Happy hour rolls around, I might be a completely different person, my man.
Sid,
Yeah,
make a wits insight check for me.
And so that's 4 dice, right?
Yeah, go ahead and roll 4 dice.
Anything above a 6, that's 1 success.
1 success. Is that what you guys? 1 success. Okay. So you get the feeling that D is super high strung just from what you've been seeing so far.
Yeah, I didn't need a roll for that.
Yeah, that's
it's just...
with what you got. That's what I'll give you as far as the one goes. Amelia and Billy, as you step out, Again, the heat is just sweltering. It's like a physical force you have to move through as you push your way to the vehicle. But as the door opens, Billy, you're just like, oh, well, this is actually kind of nice as you get into the back with Ray, unless you're having Billy sit up front, Amelia.
I was like, whatever Billy will like.
Okay.
Amelia will be like, Billy, front or back?
Billy will get in the back with Ray.
Okay. You sit down next to Ray. You see that there's some wrappers from like various nut mixes, some bottles of water that have been opened. Amelia gets in.
Everything's in the pile. I'm not a barbarian. It's ready to be thrown away.
Amelia,
It's all just shoved into
Amelia-
a cup holder.
Yeah, it's just like I get a plastic bag or something to toss it in. It's like in a cup, a styrofoam cup. It's neat. There's just a lot of them, Jeremy.
I was like, before Billy hops in, like, Amelia would talk to Ray and be like, I know you had a rough morning with these guys. Are you okay to be around them?
Around
And then she steps to the side and showed off Billy.
the guy with the fanny pack and the smut book. Yeah,
Smart book?
don't gotta get into it.
Important question. Does Billy have the novel with him?
No, I left it back at Mari's place.
Okay.
I suspiciously eye the fanny pack just to make sure he's not, putting his hand in there and where it's placed. I don't know what's going on there.
Is your
Fanny
hand
pack.
suspiciously placed in your fanny pack? I get the feeling that Billy's trying to be unobtrusive.
All right, hey,
He's pretty relaxed.
yeah, cool. Nothing wrong with it. I just gotta, just
I
check.
want to make sure you're good, Ray. You good?
I-
They got their own car, so I can send them away.
Nah, it's whatever. I already met him. Already talked to him. Already spoke to him. It's. I'm assuming on this car ride to wherever the hell we're going, you're gonna explain just what's going on and who you guys are and who these guys are.
Yeah, they can explain themselves, but I will explain the plan. You can hop in, Billy.
Thanks.
Right, as you shut the door inside, Ed and Mari, have you left the table or are you hanging out still?
Oh, I followed them out,
Okay.
and I am getting in my car at the same time that my car is I'm gonna be following them.
So just as an important thing, as you head out, you look over and you see that redheaded girl. Her mother is frantically trying to scrub red wax from between her daughter's teeth, and she just looks over at you. The girl, not the mother. She looks over at you. Her eyes are super bright. She looks super happy, and she kind of gives you a thumbs up as her mom is like trying to scrape the.
Every child should eat a crayon. It's really good for the immune system.
Totally. And she
Promising
believes that's what
career
cherry
ahead of her in the
tastes like
Marine
now.
Corps.
Ed, or not Ed, sorry. Peter, what are you doing?
Yes. Peter's heading back to the old tire repair shop
Okay.
and doing a little bit of work beforehand. He'll pull out some chemicals and try to make an improved IED.
Okay. So as Mari jumps in her car and begins to follow the SUV, are you trying to do so without them noticing?
No.
Okay.
I was like, I was like, Amelia already told Dee that like another car will be following us.
Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
Mari wasn't trying to do something that I needed a role to be done for. So as the two of you head off, or the two vehicles head off, Peter comes out, gets in the van, heads back to the group's lair, which is a old abandoned tire shop.
Yep.
I feel like
And-
this. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say I did not beat difficulty 4.
Oh, as far as making your explosive?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Good to know. I feel like this is going to be a good time to take a break as we're kind of in a natural interlude between scenes. So why don't we do that now, and then we'll come back in about 5 minutes or so. And, oh, Sid, you have another hunter token.
All right.
Thank you for that, Brian. It's appreciated. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Hang out, and we'll see you then. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for waiting as we did our bio break, chatted about the... Well, we're just going to leave that for another day. Yeah. And there was some over-the-table talk about what was going to happen moving forward, so we need a roll first from Ryan for Diego as he is checking to see if anyone is following the car that is following him.
Let's see. We got 2 successes.
2 successes. You watch traffic for a while. You do notice that there are cars that kind of linger for a bit, but then end up heading out. The question is, where are you driving, Diego?
I am not driving to a destination. I'm just driving.
Okay. All right, so it ends up the one car that you're kind of concerned about follows you all for maybe 15 minutes and then ends up diverging. You're pretty sure they weren't actually following the woman in the car behind you, but you're not 100% sure on that. You know her name is Mari. Is there anything else you needed to do?
No.
Okay. During that drive, Billy, you find yourself in the backseat of this rather luxurious SUV, kind of driving around Santa Cruz, California on a hot, sweltering fall day.
It's like, would you like some water, Billy? Some snacks? A Kindle?
Yeah, I'll take a water.
Yeah. Like, she just points in the areas. Like, there's the little snack bar. You can help yourself grab that water. Any type of water bar. We got Core Hydration. We got Aquafina. We got it all. And then Amelia will look at Ray if Ray's awake.
Yeah, I think Ray woke up.
Okay. I mean, I'll be like, all right, Ray. So here's the plan. If you're able to let us take 3 vials of your blood, like, don't do needles. We'll have you can be knocked out if you want to while we do that, if you like. We like, and then if you want to see a vampire and stuff, then we're going into this abandoned bowling alley with a couple of vampires if you want to see us do our hunters thing.
Say that again. I was distracted by Diego being paranoid again for no reason.
And it's D's just being D. But yeah, like I said, we were just gonna take, if you like, with your permission, of course, we'll take 3 tiny vials of your blood, and then we're just gonna go to this abandoned bowling alley, and then we're gonna try to kill these vampires with your blood and see if that actually is working. You're more welcome to come inside to see the hunters do our thing, and then yeah.
All right, so okay. I just a quick rundown. I just want you to know what's happened in the past, 24 hours, I guess?
Yeah.
Whatever, 19, 24, whatever. I was attacked in a bowling alley, supposedly, by what everyone in this car and a few others are calling vampires, which I've just found out are real. Cool. I apparently got bit and the vampire died, so
Yep.
maybe special magic blood. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Met a group of people, one I guess from two opposite factions or organizations. And now you're telling me that you want to go to what I'm assuming is a vampire den nest. Is that what it's categorized as?
Currently at this moment of time, it's just one level 1 vampire.
Oh, they're levels.
Yeah.
All right. And you want my blood to, I guess, throw it at the vampire?
Throw it, ingest it, inject it. We're gonna do multiple things.
All right. Can we swing by the bar before
Yeah.
we head there? Cool. Let's do that. Where is it actually?
Yeah, you want you want your bar?
Yeah, my bar.
I'll
Okay.
just start heading there.
Yeah, we just
Wait, did I leave it?
Are you missing something?
Well, now that you mention it, I am missing my what the hell is that?
My cat.
Someone is
I am
very
missing-
persistent.
I am missing my wallet. But that's something to be taken care of another day.
Billy,
But
do
no.
you found a wallet?
Have you found a wallet?
Well, I thought you had your wallet. You just didn't have your ID.
No,
No,
I
Oh.
don't have a wallet at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, well, I gave you
What?
cash.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna cancel all those
Give
cards.
$100.
But yeah. Nope. It's at the bar. Let's just go to the bar.
Okay.
All right, so
It's
you
closer anyway.
start heading towards the red room. About this time, it's been a bit. Peter, you managed to make it back to your lair. You pull in, you do your typical visual thrice over to make sure nothing's changed. You check your video footage, make sure everything, all your security systems are in check and haven't been disturbed. Seems like everything is safe, and are you parking inside or outside?
I think he parks inside.
Okay. As you
Yeah.
lower the garage doors behind you, you just kind of wait for a moment to make sure there aren't any surprises that are going to jump out at you. And it seems like everything is all right for the time being. You head over to your workshop. Your mind is full of various things between Amelia showing up in your life again and this thing with this bartender Ray and Mari and Billy trying to, watch out for Ray, but you're also interested in making sure that you do find out whether or not this is some kind of boon that you can use in your fight. All of these things are playing on your mind as you attempt to put this IED together. It's a little too distracting. And as you're looking at the assembled bits, you're just like, this is garbage. This isn't going to do what it needs to. And you kind of just like chuck it across your work table. What do you do after that? For those of you watching, he rolled earlier, and we're just explaining what that was looking at. I didn't just make it not happen.
Yep. Didn't get my 4 successes to build the ordinance. I'm assuming that's going to take a little bit, probably a few hours at least. He's had some of this pre-constructed, but not the actual explosives itself. He will go and look up this bowling alley, see, get some kind of Google Street View of it.
Sure.
Do a few searches to see if there's been weird activity in the area.
Yeah, go ahead and so you do get the Google Street View. That part I'm not going to have you do a roll for. It does look like it has been out of business for several years. Apparently the owner went bankrupt, and the land that it's on actually has been in foreclosure for several years, and so it's just kind of been in this weird no man's land of being unable to be developed or anything else or sold to someone else. I'm going to have you do a technology intelligence check for me.
All right. Five successes.
Amazing. Nice. As you're kind of going through some of the various forums that you watch, you're going through some of the correspondences that you have with the professor at the university that kind of sent you the information as far as the vampires that were kind of stalking the Red Room that you were recently sent and why you went there to begin with. You're kind of going through all these things, and you do see that there is rumor, at the very least, pretty solid rumor, that it has been used as a nest in some form, whether or not that is for a vampire. You're seeing a lot of people talking about there just being a singular person being seen going in and out, and some pretty solid guesswork, you think, as far as whether or not that person is a vampire. However, the description isn't always the same. Now, you've seen this before, and you've gotten the feeling that this tends to be the case when there is like a vampire safe house. It's kind of a place where vampires moving through the area might lay low before moving on. So, whether or not there is currently one single vampire or any vampires, you are unsure.
Okay. Well, he'll make a mental note, or make actually a physical note that this is a place to keep an eye out on that might lead to other stuff later.
And actually, with your 5 successes, I will also give you that some of the hunter forums that you're looking at, there's talk that there have definitely been sightings of ghouls there as well, like moving through the area with their vampires. So whether or not there's a vampire there, there may or may not also be ghouls to contend with.
Okay. All right, and like Google satellite view, looking at the top of the building, does it look like there's exits on the top?
There is a maintenance hatch that goes up to take care of like the rooftop and the air conditioning and all of that stuff. And there's like some looks like there's some other machine work that's on the top. You're not completely sure what it's for.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, this is probably taking Peter 3 or 4 hours with trying to make the explosives, so he will head back to the van. He'll set his tripwires at the door to see if the doors have been opened. Before he leaves, just to make sure everything's good. Okay. Check the bear traps under the windows, etc.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's been disturbed and nothing is out of sorts.
All right.
All right. So while that's been happening, let's go to Billy and Ray. Has there been any conversation going on between the two of you as this drive has been going?
I mean, Ellie did a pretty decent briefing on what's coming up. Ray, I'm sort of drinking from a fire hose right now, so I don't necessarily want to just like info dump more on you, but is there anything that you want to know from me?
Yeah, just ponder for a minute, and then I lean over and I say, with the most serious face you've ever seen, what's in the fanny pack, man?
Oh, my piece.
There's so many ways that could be taken. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
I'm going to need you to clarify that.
My piece.
He opens up the fanny pack and sort of shows the Glock pistol.
Okay, yes. All right. You gotta just, there's better ways to say that, I think. But cool. All right.
I feel like
Yeah, that's about it.
Ray has never been more glad to see a gun.
I'll be honest. I was pretty scared. I'm not sure what was going to be in there, but I'm glad to see that. It's just a gun. So yep. Whatever. Hey, I've been in a lot worse situations, and this isn't anything probably different than what I've been through, except maybe vampires. But hey, who's to say that I haven't, shot a few in life and not known? So, well, now I get to know, I guess.
Peter will text Amelia on the way over there, like, hey, you probably got jackets at least for Raymond, right? But at least could you get some for my crew as well? We don't know what all's going to be in there.
Like, yeah, we got you guys. She'll text back.
Okay. About this time, the SUV comes to a slow stop outside of the Red Room, the bar that Raymond works in. The door is closed. Next door, I think we said it was a pizza place, right? You do see that the pizza place is open. There's the smell of baking pizza wafting out of the open door as you step out. Who's going into the Red Room?
I am.
I was like, before we go in, does the car has like a one of those temperature cameras to like look inside to make sure there's nobody else in there? Don't want to go in a trap.
Totally. So more than likely you would end up having probably like goggles, like the night vision stuff, kind of like what you used when you were partnered with Peter back in the day. And as you put them on and look, you don't notice anything. The overall temperature outside is kind of throwing it, but there is enough. The Red Room sits kind of in the center of this building and goes back in between stuff on either side, and it's cool enough that you don't see any signs of heat registering within.
Cool. Yeah, Amelia will tell everyone and say, "All right, the building's clear and good."
I'm gonna park and get out because I've been sitting in the seat for 6 hours or something crazy, like just driving around. And I'm gonna get a slice of pizza. Do they sell slices?
They do.
Pizza by the slice.
As you head in, you see that they sell.
Yeah.
Mari parks and steps out and is just looking at like the car and the people that are walking out. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay. So Ray's heading up. D goes into the pizza place. What are Amelia and sorry, not Ed, Billy doing?
So Amelia's going with Ray.
Okay.
She promised to protect. She's protecting.
Okay. So Mari, you see...
Nobody says anything to Mari. You guys just walk by and she's just like, what are you guys, what's going on?
Ray wants to go here and we are here for Ray. Yeah, see? Letting Ray do what they want.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Ray, you grab your keys. Are you going to the front door or are you walking around to the back?
I'm not walking around the back the long way. I'm going through the front door.
Okay. Pull your keys out. Open. There's like a security gate that goes over the outside. You open that. Open the door inside. You head in. It is dark, stuffy. It looks like the air isn't running inside. And there's just that that murky bar smell that's kind of baking in the heat of the day. What are you doing?
I just flip on the lights real quick, head to the back room in the little locker employee area. You just open my locker. First, I check on everything, just make sure everything's all right. You know, back door's closed, everything's closed up. Frank, was it Frank or Fred?
Frank.
Frank, yeah, Frank. Make sure you know he closed up the right way. Just do a quick little checks. All right. I grab a bottle of whiskey. Go to the locker room. Just go through my locker and just rummage around. Just off screen, just hearing things clank and fall and just being thrown. There it is. All right, let's head out. And
Right,
I walk out with a big ass knife.
Okay.
It's like a machete, about a machete size. Yeah, and just put that. Since I guess I'm assuming killing vampires or vampire. I'm gonna need this, and then we just walk out.
Amelia's like, if you wanted a weapon, we had packs of weapons and
Yeah, but
and
you
gear.
don't have Evangeline. And walk past and just get in the car. Lock up. Well, I walk past.
I was gonna say Mari's waiting outside, so when she sees you walking out with a big ass knife, she's just gonna look at you and be like, "You know how to use that?"
Hey, get out so I can lock up, as I yell to Amelia.
Yeah, Amelia's falling behind. She's already out. She's like, I was like, if a man names a knife, I'm gonna assume that they know how to use it.
So yeah, I'm just
I
laughing.
didn't hear that part. She was just waiting out, like she was waiting.
Oh no, that's what Amelia is. That's what Amelia is telling Mari.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume that he knows how to use it.
I'm just laughing. I'm locking up the gates. I'm just if I know how to use it, cute. And just I laugh to myself like, yeah, don't worry about it. I think I can do a thing or two, I guess. And then just hop back in the car.
But I will say that while you were in there, you did notice that there's a note left for you from Frank.
Oh,
did you grab the note, or
yeah? If I notice the note, I'm gonna grab the note. See,
you were pretty like. You were checking on things and like making sure everything was closed right. I feel like you'd see it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm assuming if Frank wanted me to find it, he would have left it in the place that was that I walked by or open.
Yeah. So as you're walking by, you notice that there's this note from Frank, and it says, "Ray, what the fucking happened last night? Naomi's in the hospital. There's 2 dead customers that we've been told not to talk about to the press or to anyone. Are you all right? I saw some strange blonde woman carry you out. You were unconscious. Text me. Don't call. You know I won't answer. Frank."
I look at the note. I'm glad you said text me, don't call. Yeah, not doing that. I'll get back to Frank later. Why did he write it like this? Like I could reply to a fucking note. Anyway, I guess I'll have to. So I look for my phone. Do I have my phone? I don't remember.
Yeah, you had your phone.
Okay, yeah. I grabbed that. Just look at Frank.
And actually, now that you're looking at it, you remember Hazley this morning? You weren't like super with it. Looking back at it, you had opened it to like call an Uber and get a ride and deal with what was going on, but you weren't really paying attention to the like 26 messages that Frank had left. He actually called once, he called from the Red Room's landline. So it looks like he left this after the fact of trying to get a hold of you otherwise.
Yeah. I just text a thumbs up. I will deal with
That
Frank
guy.
later.
All right, so as
Well, he knows I'm alive now, so that's what's
Right.
important.
I'm alive.
Yeah, because nobody can send a thumbs up on somebody
Right.
else's phone.
Well, yeah.
It sends
so
back like a K period.
yeah,
Yep,
don't even-
there's Frank. Frank knows.
So as Ray climbs back into the SUV with Evangeline, Billy, what have you been doing? And Mari, what are you doing?
I mean, Mari starts getting back into her car, presuming that we're continuing to where we originally said we were going to go.
Okay.
Oh, also, I throw away all the trash and snacks and stuff in containers. Since we're near a spot, because I'm not a barbarian.
Appreciate that, Ray. Appreciate it. Amelia will text D to let them know. I was like, hey, we're ready to roll out whenever you're done with your break.
He'll finish quickly. I mean, he sees everyone walking out, so he's like slamming his beer and cursing.
that
under
was-
his
that
fucking
took
breath.
way-
Give me like 3
right.
minutes.
That took way less time than I was expecting.
Yeah.
This said take your time.
And Ed, what are you up to?
I think Billy's probably just along for the ride. Maybe a little bit curious about just how confident Raymond looks with that big knife, but I don't think he's gonna remark on it or anything.
Okay. I feel like Ray looks pretty confident carrying it out.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't come out and go full like Star Wars kid or anything, so.
Yeah.
All right, so as everyone gets back into the vehicles and D is stuffing his slice of pizza in his mouth to wash down the beer that he just chugged. Yes, I did that in reverse.
Yeah.
Where are y'all heading from here?
I was like, Amelia would suggest I say, I guess we're ready for bowling alley time or any other pit stop we need to take.
What'd you have in mind for our role for the alley?
Yeah, we'll just all
Tell me
be-
more about the plan.
Yeah, so when we get in there, we're going to scope the area, find the vampire, hold them down, and we're gonna deal with the blood. So, however we want to execute that, I'm up for discussion on that. Or we can wait for everyone to show up together, then we all discuss it together.
I think that Mari and Peter would appreciate being clued in. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll wait until we're in front of the alley.
I just have this vision of you all like cornering the vampire and being like, "You want a drink from the blood hose," and just like opening up.
Now you forgot the part where D's like, "Have you been followed?"
Right.
I was like, Amelia will point in the car. There's like a little black little bag back there. So Ray, in there, that's like a blood extractor little kit. If you want to do that for yourself, up to you. Or I can make D do it later.
Yeah, we're not doing that at all. But we're gonna do a thing, I guess, but not that thing. But it's gonna be a thing. Let's just get on up over there.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Oh,
Ah, so loud,
What did
Sid.
you have in
Yeah.
mind, Ray? Just march up and do your best juice box impression?
Was that directed to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
So you want the vampire to bite you?
No. No. Fuck, I don't.
No,
But if
yeah.
someone told you that you know, were impervious to damage and they say, hey, I want to shoot you, would you want them to shoot you? No, but you'd let them do it because, you know, you're bulletproof. So I'm gonna punch the vampire in the mouth and hope one of the two teeth, you know, hit a blood vessel, and we'll go that way. Yeah.
All right. Sound like a plan to me, Ray. Make sure you tell Mari that.
Mm, to be honest, I think it'll be a lot more fun to see her reaction, you know, when it's happening,
All right.
rather than giving a heads up.
That's right. You haven't seen what Mark can do. She's just a tiny little blonde woman that was in a house and let you go.
Ryan, I want you to do another awareness check for me.
Oh no, D.
Does that mean I also need to do one because I'm driving my car?
No, I'm just having
I
Ryan
got
do it
3
because
successes.
he's he's doing it
Perpetual.
right.
Part of the bit.
So D, as you step out of the pizza place, you're really like engaging with trying to not choke as you try to like power slam your beer and your pizza all at the same time. But like you're always paying attention to what's going on around you. And so it's with a little bit of consternation that about a minute after you leave, you notice that there is this yellow 1990s Honda Civic that you saw parked across the street from the pizza place. And there was a guy that was like drinking from a soft drink thing, like a cup, and eating some pizza. You didn't think anything of it when you saw him until you see him now, because he's following Mari. Or maybe he's following you, but Mari's in between the two of you. He's back. He's about a car length away, but you definitely notice it's the same person.
I'm going to basically take a very long and scenic route
Okay.
to the bowling alley. I'll pull in to a gas station. I'll get out and I'll like, the tank is near, well, it's probably like, there's probably been enough gas that like, you know, he actually does have to, he can fill up a little bit, but he's
Sure.
really just kind of basically trying to shake the tail as best he can.
Carly, go ahead and roll a wits awareness as well.
Okay. Three successes.
3 successes. So as you see the SUV pull into this gas station, you kind of sigh, you pull in behind them, and you see this yellow Honda Civic go by, but you notice it pull over not far down the road and stops there. Now, whether or not that's where they were intending to go or whatever, but you're pretty sure that they've been behind you since you left the red room.
Yeah, I'll have pulled up, like, I'm gonna get gas too. Like, as soon as I see him pulling in, like, to a slot, I'm gonna pull up to the one that's, like, opposite, so that, like, we're across from each other and we can talk without it being super obvious. And is just gonna ask, do you see the yellow car?
Yeah.
Should
Are they a friend?
No. Should we split? Split up?
Yeah, let's see which one of us they're following.
You got it. I mean, she's filling up. Her tank is mostly full, but she's filling it up. Like, she's
Okay.
going through the motions.
Okay. So as the two of you finish filling up, you're going to drive off in separate directions, or are you kind of going the same and then you're going to split?
Same and split, I think, so we can both see. Gives us both a chance to notice if
Okay.
they're following one of us.
So as you pull out and you begin driving, you go maybe half a mile, and then Mari, you go to veer off. And hang on, I need to roll some dice now. It's pretty obvious when the car jerks to goes to follow you and then jerks to get back onto the road that the SUV is traveling down. Like, they went to follow you and then they were like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and when I see them pass by, I'm gonna try and take a couple lefts and try and turn to get behind them.
Okay. Go ahead and make a driving. What do you want to call it? Composure? Intelligence?
Sure. I'll take composure.
Okay.
I'm good at composure.
Yay.
Great. Yeah, that's 3 successes.
Okay. And we'll do a roll to see. Oh, easy. As you come to an intersection that you're pretty sure they're supposed to get to, you're watching, and sure enough, the SUV passes by, and just a few seconds later, the Civic goes by.
I'll wait a little bit to put a couple cars between us and follow, and then I will. I'm not going to text. I'm going to have Siri text Billy because I don't have
Responsible
Amelia
driving,
or Diego's
right.
numbers, and tell them that cars following you. I've circled back. I'm now tailing them, tailing you.
Okay. So a text comes through to let you know, and I'm going to see whether or not this fellow realizes that you are behind. We're going to call that a no. Got a success, but it was probably your rolls were better. So as you pull between, there's a blue Tesla and a red Toyota pickup. And you're kind of using the pickup mostly to keep your car out of the line of sight of the Civic. But it's bright yellow, it's hard to miss, and you can see the black SUV up ahead. While this is going on, Diego, what are you doing? Being the driver of the other vehicle.
So I see this yellow Civic still behind me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to slow down just enough, right? Like as though I may be distracted or whatever, to kind of give Mari time to kind of position herself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. What part of town are we in? What? You don't have to tell me the streets because I don't know what that means. But
are you heading east towards the bowling alley?
Yeah, we would be going towards somewhat towards the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to get to an area. Actually, how long has it been since we left IHOP?
Since you left IHOP, we'll call it an hour.
I'm gonna go in front. I'm gonna go to. Where am I gonna go? Yeah, I'll kind of go into more like of a secluded secluded. I'm gonna go to Jason, your character's bunker. That's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pull right in front of his hideout.
Okay, so you end up detouring pretty heavily from where you were going because the shop is kind of in the semi-central southern area of the city, not quite by the beach, but down in that area. And you're driving along, and essentially you just like do this. It's not a 180, but it's pretty close to where you just kind of like whip around to be on the street that you're going south on to essentially being in the parking lot, almost facing back north to be facing the building. And there's like a garage on your right as the main office is up ahead, like in front of you. There's a fenced in area, and you hear this like crunching noise as the Civic hits the curb to come up behind you, not realizing that you had stopped right there, and then kind of veers off as he's like heading towards you. He's like all of a sudden veers off, realizing this isn't a street, pulls onto the street that kind of goes off northwestish, and you see him pretty blatantly staring out the window at you, a little like surprised, and he continues to drive off. Mari, you see this happen. How do you want to react?
I think I'm gonna keep tailing the yellow car.
Okay.
But like, she's definitely keeping space. Like, there's at least always like 2 cars or like a fair amount of distance. Like, she's not. If they make like a left-hand turn or something, she's not gonna like whip to try and follow. She's just gonna like find a progression of streets because they're in a yellow car.
Mm-hmm.
But also she's like tailing far enough back that like if they're like 2 lights ahead and turn left, like she's got plenty of time to try and...
Okay. Let's go ahead and do another drive composure.
Do I recognize this yellow Civic and or the guy that stared? No. And then what about the guy that stared into?
I feel like everyone is able to pretty much realize what's going on at this point, and you've all kind of like watched this happen. You see the guy stare out, and you do not recognize him. Carly, what'd you get for your rolls?
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. You find it a little harder to kind of keep up as you're, trying to tail him, but from off a couple, like a street over, and you do follow him for a bit. He ends up circling back around to get to where he can see the shop with. You're not sure the purpose of this, but yeah, he parks within sight of the shop, but off to the kind of west of it.
Yeah, then she'll find a place to park that is like around the corner from wherever he ends up at. Somewhere that she can like maybe peer through some trees and like can barely see the yellow of his parked car. But not like park on the same street as him.
Totally. Are you closer to the lair, or are you further? Are you like blocking escape?
I imagine that I'm further just because I was following him. So if he circled back around, then I didn't like pass him to park. I like just parked
Okay.
at a corner behind him.
So as that all settles in and you're keeping an eye on this, what have you all in the SUV been doing?
I would ask. Let's see. So Alex is pretty. Or wait, Jason, what's your character's name? I'm so sorry.
You guys will know him by Peter.
Peter, that's right. I gotta remember Deadpool, channel Deadpool. Peter, okay. Peter's a bit of a psychopath, right? So he wouldn't be too happy that there's some random person here, right? He'll just kind of like say,
"Yeah, I agree with that."
Yeah. Well, we've clearly isolated this person. I don't think he recognizes that we've done so What do y'all want me to do?
A text message comes through to Billy that says, I could sneak up on him, like out of my car.
You thinking more along the lines of get rid of him, or more along the lines of figure out who he is and what he wants?
Along the lines of tap on the glass of his parked car and see what the fuck happens.
I think Billy was asking that same question to Dee and the folks in the car.
I'd like to know who this is,
Yeah.
but there's lots of ways to find that out.
Yeah. Amelia will use the thermal goggles again to see like if any weird temperature is going on in the person in the car or anything like that.
Totally. Yeah, it is a little weird with the extreme heat that's going on outside, but you can tell that the person in the car does have a heat signature typical of a human, as opposed to being cold or having an otherwise odd heat signature.
Okay. Yeah, like Amelia passes the information on. At least we know they're human from the thermal goggles. I don't mind going down there, tapping on the glass, see what's going on.
It's a quick question and kind of important. Peter, have you left yet?
At this point, probably not, because it was going to take him a few hours
Yeah.
to build this.
I feel like this is kind of at the point where you have finished up, let's say, and you are inside. You notice on the camera, you hear this crunching noise outside, and you kind of go over and you look in the cameras or in the monitors, and you see whatever made the noise is gone, but the SUV that was outside earlier is parked outside again. And you can see in the front seat, because the front window isn't tinted, like the windshield isn't tinted, you can see that guy Diego and Amelia are chatting with somebody in the back seat. They seem intent on something that's going on across the street.
Okay. Well, Peter wants to keep this place looking like it's mostly abandoned. Or like squatters and stuff. He's not going to come out, open up the doors and stuff. He'll send a message like, "Hey, why are you here? I thought we were meeting at the bowling alley. I got my own ride."
That message to Amelia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amelia would message back saying, "We think we're being followed, about to interrogate somebody in the car."
And then you'll get a, "Why the fuck did you bring them here then?"
Because you have booby traps.
Yeah, but-
She did. Well, I'm not. I don't know that these text messages are going on unless they're popping up like on the HUD.
No, I feel like you see Amelia is interacting with her phone, but you don't see the messages.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is just like, did you forget what I told you? You don't bring someone back to your base.
Well, this isn't my base.
Yeah.
So, follow the rule.
I remember that.
Mari sends a text message to Billy with just a bunch of question marks.
So, Amelia's going to start getting out of the car.
Okay.
Like,
Billy,
I'm going
do
to
you
send a message. Wait there a sec. At least let me get an idea of what we're looking at here.
I was like, Amelia texts back, human in a car.
Yeah.
That's it. I was like,
Yeah, let me get more. So Alex will roll over. He's got like a little chain that opens up a window on the roof.
Mhm.
And we'll get his drone out and send it up. At least, get it around and kind of scout the area a little bit in
Sure.
circles. And
Why don't we do an intelligence technology roll?
Mari's just sitting in her car car, rolling her eyes, seeing the drone come out of the shop, and is just like,
Yeah, so he's going to try to at least keep it where the guy doesn't see it. So I'll use my stealth skill with the drone.
Totally.
Wow, that's 3 10s, a 6, so for 5.
Nice. Okay, so you quickly launch the drone out. It heads over. You pretty easily get eyes on this yellow Civic that's sitting out there. Inside is a guy that he has like at the angle it's kind of looking down, you can see he has like a soda pop container sitting in his lap, and every so often he's kind of taking a drink, but he's watching, and he's kind of like squinting and looking. It looks like he's looking towards the building. Kind of, he's got like probably 5 days worth of growth on his face, dark hair, although on top it's pretty thin. He looks a little gangly, like he doesn't eat well or something, but he's pretty muscly. He's lithe. He doesn't have much body fat, but you can see he's just like dripping sweat inside this car as he's watching. Doesn't seem to bug him though. He seems agitated, but more like he's watching.
Okay.
And
Can I get a photo of him and a photo of the license tags?
there is no license plate on the vehicle.
None, huh?
Yeah, you can actually see on the front. It looks like it's been damaged. Like he was trying to remove it, or it was trying to be removed, and it maybe didn't come off or something. You can see there's like a shredded piece of plastic kind of hanging off where the bolt is, or where the screw would go, is kind of torn off, and you get his face. What else you want?
I'll send that picture over to Amelia.
Okay.
I don't know if you got any connections to figure out who this is.
Amelia will look at the picture, scan it in the face database, see if anything
Okay.
pop up.
Why don't you do a intelligence technology roll for me?
Cool.
I'll also send a message to Billy. Hey, Billy, do cops respond to cars without tags driving?
Depends on the cop.
5 successes.
5 successes. Excuse me, sorry. It does come back with a hit. The person isn't named, but he has been spotted before and has come up in a few searches marked with or connected to various vampires in the area.
Cool.
Seems to have... This is information that you have that none of the rest of you understand, but you have learned that there are like different clans of vampires, and seems like this person has been involved with a clan called the Gangrel.
Nice. So, an Amelia file, would it state that with the gangrel or anything like that? Or no.
I'm sorry, what was that?
All the information that pops up on her low database, does it pop up about the gangrel or anything like that?
It does, yes. And you understand what that means.
Cool.
Everyone else would not know what that meant unless you explain it to them. They haven't learned that level of vampire society yet.
Okay. I was like, I mean, we'll text Peter saying like, human running with the vampires. So I'll take care of this.
Yeah, exterminate him.
Exterminate.
I was like, I just said I'll take care of it. That's all she texted back.
I feel like the drone just flies over. This little like rod comes out. It says exterminate and shoots the guy, and he just he goes away.
So Amelia's gonna go up to the car.
Okay. So, Mari, you see crossing the street from the shop, you see Amelia head that direction. While this is all going on, I would like to know what Dee and Billy and I almost said Sid, Ray are doing.
I'm preparing to, like, if this guy were to try and drive away from people coming up to his car, I'm gonna just try and, I mean, my SUV will run over his Civic, so I will prepare to do that.
Okay. So you start the car and leave the engine running?
Yeah, and probably have it in neutral so
Okay.
that the parking brake is disengaged, but the brake lights don't need to be on.
Gotcha. So in the backseat, Billy and Billy and Ray, you do notice this is going on. What are you doing?
I think Billy is he's probably a little bit impatient, but he wants to let folks work. So he's probably going to the other car is just across the street, right?
Yeah, it's across the street and down the block slightly, but well within view.
Yeah. So I think Billy takes this opportunity to just step out of the car for a minute and light a cigarette.
Okay. And Ray. Ray, can you hear me? Yeah, you. Sid, what's Ray doing at this time?
So I'm just there. I'm like, so what's the plan? What are we? Everyone's just we're standing around waiting to see what this guy does. I'm assuming we're waiting to find out what's happening with that guy in the yellow Civic, right? So we're just gonna wait here. We're just not gonna do it. That's fine by me.
Well, Raven knows that Amelia's gone and walking up towards the car.
Yeah, I'm like, so no, good. She got it. It's fine. It's all right.
Open another thing of planners.
D will just say, make sure you're buckled up.
Mari, as soon as she sees Amelia like get out of the car and start walking over to the yellow Civic, is gonna get out of her car and like stealthily make her way over to the Civic.
Okay. So you're doing stealth, and Taylor, is Amelia doing like intimidation? Like, are you just like striding towards this fellow?
Yeah, striding, slamming hand on the window energy.
Let's do, Carly, I need a dex stealth.
Okay.
And I'm going to have charisma intimidation from Taylor for Amelia.
6 successes.
Nice.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes, nice. Let's just roll to see what this guy thinks of you. As you stride across the street and start heading towards this Civic, you notice that the window's cracked but not all the way down. You see this fellow, he's taking a sip of a drink. It looks like he might be texting as he looks up at you, and he's just like, and he quickly puts down whatever he was holding, and you hear the car start up.
Am I there?
You're definitely heading that direction.
Okay.
Neither
the
of
plan
you-
is
Neither of you are
Yeah.
there yet. You're both heading that direction, and so essentially he sees you coming and starts the car. What do you do?
Mari is heading, and her initial plan, seeing that she's just coming straight up and isn't like stealthing up, is to get there and pop the tires.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Amelia about to do the same thing. Amelia was about to front run, just about to toss a knife, throw a knife into the tire.
Okay. So why don't we both do some do I feel like it's strength and I don't know what thrown weapons is. Anyone have an idea on that one?
I think it's melee is thrown weapons. Well, it's weapons. Melee
Brawl.
is weapons.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's do both of you do strength and melee. Or if you're throwing it, you can do dexterity melee. I'll give you that. Whichever's better.
Okay. I'm gonna do strength and melee.
Okay.
Yeah, do dexterity melee.
Okay.
Give me more dice.
Uh,
So
5 successes.
Nice.
I got the 3 big flames.
Nice,
and
nice.
1 tiny flame.
Okay, so as the car starts up, Mari, you hear it and you see like some exhaust come out of the back. There's like a sputtering to it, and so keeping well hidden, you still manage to quite rapidly move up, and you pull out a knife and just like slash his passenger back tire. Taylor, Amelia sees this happen, and you just like pull out a throwing dagger and you just throw it at the front, the driver's side front passenger. No, not the passenger, wheel, tire. And both of you hear, and the car kind of rocks a little bit. He does throw it into gear and slams on the gas. You hear some grinding sounds as he pulls past you, Amelia. And you see as he pulls onto the street that is between you and the shop at this point, both of you see that like rubber starts to just like shred as his rims are digging into this almost melting pavement, quite honestly. Like it's not liquid, but it is pretty hot out, and so as his rims hit it, the pressure just starts ripping this off, and he's trying to drive this vehicle completely not out of control. He's not going that fast, but obviously he's not going to get very far. While this is happening across the street, you all see this happening. Is there anything you want to do? I know you were, Ryan, you had D ready in case he did something.
If I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna continue to wait. If
Okay.
he looks like he's gonna leave the area, then I will stop him from doing so, more so than what has already been done. But I don't see a real point in wrecking my SUV if I don't have to.
Yeah, for a moment you see the vehicle start moving and you're like, oh, this is it. And then you realize that something happened. It was all maybe a little too fast to see directly, but you see that the front tire, as he turns to go south on the street next to you, shreds and kind of flops off. And he's just kind of driving on the rim, trying to get to the street beyond. It doesn't look like he's going to get very far the way it is. Amelia, you're closest to the vehicle at this point. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, she's gonna go up to that driver door
Okay.
and see if it's like unlock or try to like pull on a handle.
Odd or even?
Even.
Even.
Funny that you say that because Mari's plan is to do the same thing for the passenger
Nice.
side door, is to sneak up and try the door.
As you reach up, he didn't think to lock it. You can actually see inside the lock is still up, like the little button. You pull the door open. Mari, on the other side, I'm going to have you do, because you have to catch it, just do an athletic strength check for me.
Okay. I'm good at athletics. 3 successes.
Easily, as you see the vehicle start heading off, he seems pretty intent on trying to get away, and so you just kind of jog up as this is happening, and you open the passenger side. So as the two of you open the doors and he's looking around, I feel like the one who's going to see it the easiest is actually Mari in the angle that you have. He's reaching his right hand down for a gun that you can see that Amelia cannot see because it is like in
I
between.
immediately like grab his hand and like twist, like full grapple, like and pull the gun out.
Sure. Let's do brawl strength versus his brawl strength.
I think Amelia will try to help by like holding down his chest.
Okay, nice. Let's see what she gets. Holy crap! I cannot roll for Nikes.
5 successes.
Nice. On my 0 successes, you easily grab his arm. The vehicle is still moving as you like jump in and grab this, but it just kind of veers off and hits the curb and comes to a stop. It's still in gear, but there's not enough force. He's not pushing on the gas currently. There's not enough force for it to do anything. As you grab his hand and like wrench it.
Yeah, I fully pull the gun out and I do that move where like I take the mag out and pop the
top off.
One in the chamber and just like toss it in the back, and I was like, so. And then I just wait for Amelia to say something.
Yeah, like Amelia knows that he's not going to go anywhere, but she's gonna take the car keys just in case out of the ignition.
Okay.
And then like pull him out of the vehicle and slam him to the ground.
He's oddly enough not wearing his seatbelt. You can easily do that. Across the street, you're all watching whether or not they were getting along. The two of them soundly worked together to make this happen. Is there anything that you're all doing across the street?
Eating popcorn? This is great.
Easiest day of work I've had in a while.
No, I'm going to continue to look to make sure that there wasn't a tail on the tail on the tail.
Roll wits awareness.
I got 2 crits and a success.
Nice. Excuse me. You do not see any further tails. There are actually some people walking down the street that are kind of eyeing what's going on, but they weren't tails and they're just kind of minding their own business. They walk on. Ed, what's Billy doing?
I think Billy's going to start walking towards the car.
Okay.
And just send a quick text to Peter. We haven't gone loud yet, but it's getting tense out here.
And Peter, actually, as you're walking across the street, you can hear the slight whir of the drone that's a couple dozen feet up in the air, watching all of this. So Peter, you get the text, but you've also seen this all with a bird's eye view.
Okay.
Sitting inside the air-conditioned back of this SUV, Sid, is Ray doing anything else? Or seems like they've got it handled.
I just look out the window like, oh, they're a pretty rough bunch. Nice. And then I just sit back and just crack open another water. Good thing I don't have to do anything. And I sit back. And I look over to Billy. I'm like, hey.
Billy's out.
That's a fanny pack. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Billy's
Yeah.
left.
I look over to talk to Billy. And like, oh shit. Hey D.
You still got D.
Yeah, D. Turns out being overly suspicious does have its merits. Still think you should relax though. And then I just lean back and just tuck Evangeline up closer and just all right. But yeah, I'm not doing anything else.
I feel like Evangeline needs to have her own flashback.
One day,
One day.
One day.
tell the story of Evangeline.
All right, standing outside, the smell of hot rubber heavy in your nostrils as you pull this guy out of his vehicle. He is slick with sweat. He's wearing like a white tank top that's just like soaked through. He's wearing some ragged shorts and has flip-flops on. As he kind of stumbles out, the sound of a bullet casing bouncing around inside the vehicle. What do you do with this guy, Amelia?
Yeah, interrogation time. She's gonna be like, state your business as you holding him down.
While it wasn't meant to be in character, could also be in character. He's just like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm
It's
choking
very
on
character.
I'm choking on my Coca-Cola. Hang on. What? I was just finishing my pizza.
Oh, your pizza all the way out here?
Well, yeah, I live right down the street, and I was just driving home. I wanted to finish my pizza before I went inside. I live right there. And he points to a house across the street.
As like you do? Sounds like kind of suspicious. Like you couldn't finish your pizza at the pizza place?
Oh, so my girlfriend texted, and the baby's really giving her a hard time, and I just wanted to get home, but I didn't tell her I got pizza, so I was.
Mari's gonna get out of the car and go up to the house that he pointed at and knock on the door.
Amelia was just gonna check the phone if there was a phone on him as an easier route.
Yeah, you look at the phone. It is locked.
I was like, she's a hacker girly. She's about to try like the universal password that you can unlock phones with or something that does exist.
Sure, give me intelligence technology.
Cool. I have a specialty in hacking.
Oh yeah, is that where is hacking?
I just typed it in as my specialty thing.
Gotcha. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Just like 2 successes.
You're going through it, and you're not really having any luck, and then you just hold it up to his face, and it unlocks. You're like,
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
It's a burner phone. There is no texting about babies or girlfriends or anything like that.
It's like Amelia would be like, "Why do you have a burner phone for your girlfriend?"
He looks across the street as Mari is heading up to this house, and he swings at Amelia.
Oh, okay.
Amelia, you need to do
All right,
so do you want to attack back, or do you want to just dodge out of the way?
attack back.
Okay, so then you are going to do a strength brawl.
Okay.
And I am doing a strength brawl. Whoever gets higher, so essentially like any successes will cancel each other out, but whoever gets higher ends up doing the damage to the other person. Does that make sense? Okay. I did not roll crap this time.
Oh,
What did you get?
4 successes.
However, that is also what I got. So as the two of you are scuffling, neither of you ends up injuring each other, but the sucker punch does not land, and you're able to deflect it quite easily.
Cool.
What do you do?
I have an idea. If I want to message you it.
Okay, while you're messaging, Carly, Mari would definitely hear this, and Ed, Billy's walking across the street and sees this. Is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah, Billy is breaking into a jog and drawing on this guy.
Okay. So, even though you can't see it, Sid, across the street, in all its glory,
Billy's piece.
Billy's piece comes out. from the
Just
fanny
out and
pack,
waving around.
waving them out for all to see.
But I can see Amelia and Mario. Hey, you reckon should go out and help them? They got it under control.
I'm gonna turn on the not cop siren, but like the kind of private siren that we have because we don't give a fuck, and pull up as though we're now like part of the government arresting this dude,
Sure.
but we are just gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, there's these like
Mari,
yellow and white flashing lights as this SUV roars to life and pulls across the street, blocking off the vehicle from leaving. Mari.
Mari just gives a long-suffering sigh before, like, walking in that direction, fully ready to just, like, grapple the guy and, like, contain him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just hop out and just walk over to him and say, "Hey, this is gonna get extremely worse for you. So I recommend you just stop fighting, just hop in the SUV. Save us all.
Did you even get out or just roll down the
Yeah,
window?
no, I'll hop out.
Hey, you made me spill my nuts.
I open the door and I just lean out and say, "Hey, just get in. 'Cause it's gonna get worse. Hey, if I gotta get out of this SUV and come over there, it's gonna get a lot worse than what's already happening. And trust me, you don't want. So just comply and get in the van, get in the SUV. Make things simple."
So let's have Amelia do a composure intimidation for me.
Okay.
Go ahead and add, we're going to call it 2 extra dice.
Okay. Oh, snap. That's a lot. All right. 5 successes.
5 successes. Awesome. So as this guy's getting surrounded, there's now a gun drawn on him. Amelia has fairly decent hold on him. Is kind of glaring down at him. Behind him, Mari comes running up and gets ready to like grab him if she needs to. And he just kind of deflates and he looks around. What do you want to know?
Like, who sent you? What, like, again, state your business.
You know, they're just wondering what happened to the last night at the bar, the people.
Who?
The ones that went boom and are now smeared across that alleyway.
As Amelia looks at the rest of them, is like, who went boom in the alleyway? Is Mari there and stuff like that, I believe.
Oh, yeah, Mari's just like, the vampires are the only one that went boom.
Okay. And so it's like, what did they? So did they send you to like kill us, follow us? What is it?
No, I was just told to go find out what happened. Like everything was closed, so I was just watching it to see if anyone went in, and you all went in, so I was following you.
You were watching the bar.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna take this information back to them and do what? Just
What they do with it, not my business. I'm just here for the paycheck. You know what I mean?
Where do you meet them?
He points at the phone. Well, I don't meet them.
oh, you just message. So Amelia will look through the text messages if there's any left to who they was communicating with.
Real quick, sorry, Jason,
Sir.
is the drone that Peter has audio like capable, or are you just video?
I think it's just video.
Okay,
He doesn't have lots of resources right now.
totally. So you're watching all of this, but you have scanners that run police, fire department,
Oh, yeah.
all of that. You're watching, and you just happen to hear that a call has come in, that there's like some kind of maybe domestic violence or something going on, and it gives an address, and you realize that's like down the street from you.
All right.
Just as a heads up.
Yeah, I'll send a text out to all of them
Okay.
going, hey, cops are on the way.
So I got my information. There were people that went into the bar, and good for you all. I hope that you have had a great day. It's really hot out. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, he looks at his car. I'm probably gonna just leave this here and go, if that's all good with all you. And he kind of like tries to take a sidestep.
It was like Amelia's gonna pocket his phone.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
she
you
just
keep
looks
that. I don't need it. It's good. It's so good.
like it. Okay. I was like, she looked at the rest of them and said, "I'm okay with it. Let him go. Up to you guys."
I open the door again. And I think we should beat him up.
Hey now,
Oh, look.
there doesn't need to be any violence.
We already did a lot of violence on you.
Yeah, you swung first. This is self-defense. Beat him up.
I'm just gonna turn to Billy and say, you should probably get the gun out of the back seat. You could always use a backup. And she's just gonna walk away and start walking towards her car.
This guy came right out and said that he was working for those monsters, and your idea of a smart move is to let him go. I'm
Yeah.
a little surprised. I was over here trying to think if Peter's got enough sodium hydroxide on hand.
Hey, I said it's up to you guys what you want to do. I was like, I got all the information I need.
He
You would
doesn't
know
think
that-
for himself.
I don't think
Well-
he's any good to us alive.
Then if that's what you think, do what you gotta do.
Hey man,
I was
look,
gonna
I got
say-
no beef with you. I'm just doing a job. It's just it's like, you go on Craigslist, you just get like day jobs, stuff like that. It's all good, man. It's okay. I didn't even see any of your faces. Where am I? I'm completely lost. Is this LA?
I just want to say above table, Billy and Peter would know that anytime a situation similar has come up and they've wanted to like take care of a human person, Mari does not involve herself. That's part of the reason that she's like walking away. She's like, whatever decision is being made here, she is not. She's washed her hands of this moment
Right.
now.
They have earmuffs for you, where they're just like, okay, Mari, earmuffs, so you don't hear the screaming. So I
D will send a text to the ops of the company to put a tail on him,
okay.
and I'll roll down to the window and say, "We'll tail him. Let's not do this in broad daylight."
And it's like cops on the way too.
All right. I think what you said about not seeing any of us might have been one of the smartest things you said all day.
All right, so I'm good to go, and he tries to like sidestep again, try and get away from Amelia's reach.
I was like, I'm letting you go.
I think Billy will collect the gun, but then let him go.
Okay. All right. You all have a good day. I hope to never see faces I've never seen before again. And he turns and he starts like heading down the street, and then realizes that Mari's in that direction, even though you're heading to your car. You're still in that direction, so he just looks around and then heads north up that way instead. The people that were kind of like wandering around up there move out of his way as he jogs by.
Right into the tire shop and blows up.
Damn it, Ryan, you ruined the surprise.
He walks
Oh,
right into
no.
a tripwire. He tries to cross the parking lot.
Oh no.
Right, he steps into one of the neighbors like a block away and steps on one of Peter's bear traps that Peter set out there because he's that paranoid. Okay. What do you do in the next few minutes?
Leave.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Mari gets into her car and is ready to continue the following through that bowling alley, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Amelia will hop in the car with D and let them know, and saying like that was an interesting type of human. And then she'll like show him like the database of the like stating as a gang girl and like working with them, basically a ghoul energy.
Gotcha. So, for those of you, except for Ray, who have like kind of been involved with things, and D, you already knew this as far as ghouls and humans that have essentially agreed to work for vampires and may or may not get some kind of kickback for it. This is stuff that you have always theorized, but seeing data on it really kind of drives it home as this is being shown to you. Inside, Peter, you see everyone essentially get in their separate vehicles and drive away. And as your drone kind of backs up and heads over and is hovering, keeping an eye on things, and you see two police cruisers kind of come down the street. One stops next to the vehicle. They get out and are inspecting it. The other drives down and they stop and are talking to the people who kind of saw everything.
Sure.
You see them gesturing mostly in the direction of the event and in the direction that the SUV went. But other than that, you don't really see them like pointing at your building or anything like that. It doesn't seem like they had any connection there to what just happened.
Gotcha. I successfully stealthed the building.
As you all prepare to head to this bowling alley and test whether or not Ray's maybe supernatural abilities are legit or not. Amelia, you're sitting in the car, kind of thinking about what has happened, and your phone vibrates. You look down. There's a text. Sorry, I forgot.
Put the phone in a Faraday bag. Oh, wait, no, that was my text to her.
There's a name that I need here that I cannot think of. It was right. It should be right here, and I cannot find it. It is from a person that is your employer.
Okay.
As you look at it, you curse silently to yourself, realizing that you need to return to the home office, and you look at Ray and Billy, who's in the seat next to him. You glance over at Dee. Having to leave this to go deal with something else, is there anything that you want to say to the people in the vehicle, text to people who aren't in the vehicle, or tell Dee specifically, or anything like that?
I think Amelia told D saying like, "Hey, I have a different ride about to come pick me up here in a moment. Do you think you can handle the rest of this mission? Like, feel free to text me if anything goes wrong, but I have somewhere else I have to go. It's very emergency, like home base emergency."
He'll just nod, like one nod.
And then Amelia looks at the rest of them in the car. I was like, "Well, I know I took you guys on a very crazy adventure today, and I must leave at this time. But Dee's gonna take care of you guys very well, and we'll get all the data for the research." And then, like, Amelia will start to get out of the car so they can, while she waits for her ride.
And actually, you get out of the vehicle, and as you're getting out, another SUV pulls up behind you. You look back, and there's just a driver waiting for you.
And then, like, yeah, she'll just nod to the car and hop on into the passenger side of the SUV.
Okay. And as Dee takes Billy and Ray... Wow, I just realized that. Nothing's gonna kill my mood quite like Billy Ray. We're gonna end tonight's episode and thank Taylor so much for joining us. We knew it was going to be a limited run, and we will see if Amelia needs to make any guest appearances as far as like phone calls that come in or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I want to say thank you so much for joining us for the time that we had. It was awesome having you. Why don't we do a round of where can people find you all in the weeks coming up, starting with Taylor. What do you got coming up, Taylor?
Yeah, again, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. What I have coming up is I am producing 9 tables for BIPOC Vamp Week. We're raising money for sickle cell treatment. That would be from September 20th through September 22nd. So you get to see 9 amazing BIPOC GMs and all BIPOC tables throughout the whole, all vampire female, all different systems from Vampire the Masquerade, from Etherite, from 5E, new systems that people created. Is going to be tons of fun and a great work for charity.
That's also awesome.
Yeah, it's like we're very excited. So there will be a hashtag called BIPOC Vamp Day 2024 if you want to see all the amazing content and stuff. There's even like in-person events that you guys can check out that's all around the United States also, if you want to do any participation in person for BIPOC Vamp Day. So
fantastic. Awesome of you. Thank you for doing that. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
All right.
That's it.
Who else has stuff? I don't want to just like call everyone because not all of you do stuff, but who has stuff coming up that they want to share?
Daggerheart, end of the month.
Yeah, Daggerheart's returning on this channel on the, what do we say, the 28th?
27th? Whatever that Friday
27th, good call. Yep.
Friday.
The 27th.
27th,
yeah.
Yep.
We'll be back on for season 2 of Daggerheart, The Broken Spine, starting the 27th. Join us for that.
Looking forward to that.
2 weeks from now, hey, we're back here for Hunter, episode 5. Looking forward to seeing where you all go with things from here. Also on the 18th, which is a Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we return to For the Horde of the Dragon Queen from our hiatus as I was finishing my bachelor's degree. I am almost officially a bachelor. Hooray!
Woo!
So excited to see that. Super stoked. I think that's pretty much it that we have scheduled here. And if no one else has things they want to talk about, we are going to raid someone. Hang on while I figure out who that is. While I do that, we're going to let these fine people go off to their evenings. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We will see you in 2 weeks for episode 5. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.
If you're looking for someone good, there's some irony going earlier when they were stabbing the tires. I saw a channel called McStabber Studios start streaming Vampire.
Wait. Can you type that into chat just so I don't misname it? And then we will raid that absolutely. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye.
Afraid to turn out the lights? Is there something you're scared of? What's there out in the dark? Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender? You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely.